Good morning, it's Dr. Garrett, and I am here in the great state of Texas. I'm down here near Rice University where I will be speaking at a conference for the next 2 days. And on the plane ride over here, I sat next to a gentleman, and of course, small talk ensued, and he asked my opinions on a few things. And one of them was constantly feeling sick to his stomach. So we discussed some things, and I thought it might be prevalent for us just to kind of talk about it so you guys know. So there is a state in the stomach called hypochlorhydria, and this is where the stomach acid isn't acidic enough. Now, typically stomach acid needs to be about 1.5 on the pH scale to about 3. So what happens is there's not enough stomach acid in there to digest food. So if you've ever come into the office, we have talked quite a bit about food combining and why certain foods don't combine well with others because it requires a different enzyme to break it down, or it requires a different kind of stomach acid to break it down. So when we start talking about, maybe prolonged use of a PPI, like a proton pump inhibitor, or chronically eating foods that you shouldn't eat, then what can happen is you can change the pH of your stomach, and then you will not break down foods as well. You'll have more indigestion, more gas, more bloating. You also won't absorb your nutrients the correct way. You won't absorb your macros, such as your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates correctly. So how do you know if you have hypochlorhydria or if you've got something else going on? And there's a very simple test that you can do at home to determine whether or not your stomach acid is at the correct pH. So we all remember back in high school or elementary school when we made those volcanoes. What did we do? We took an acid like apple cider vinegar, which has a pH of about 2, and we added a base to it like baking soda, and then we watched it explode. So essentially that's what you're doing. You want a nice empty stomach, so maybe first thing in the morning before you put anything in your stomach, and you're gonna get about 4 ounces of cold water, and you're gonna mix in about a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then you're just gonna drink this down. Now, if your stomach acid is at the correct pH, you will notice belching within about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't worry, you won't spew. If your pH is not acidic enough, then you're gonna notice that you do not have belching. So you did not create the volcano there. So if your pH is too low and you do not have the belching, there are some simple things that you can do. You can add apple cider vinegar to your diet. You can put this on your salads. You can drink it with some water. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. Now, if your stomach acid is too acidic, then this is more food choices and lifestyle choices and trying to avoid things that are going to make those the acidity worse. So, make sure you're not eating spicy meals. Make sure you're not drinking a whole lot of carbonated beverages. Try not to lay down right after eating. Try not to exercise right after eating. So again, hypochlorhydria is actually very, very common, and this is just where you don't have enough stomach acid in your stomach to properly digest your foods, and you get some indigestion from it. The test is very simple, just 4 ounces of cold water with about a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda mixed in on an empty stomach, and then see how long it takes for you to start belching. Usually about 3 to 5 minutes is a sign of good stomach acid. If you have any questions, give me a call.